What will you do for us that your opponents won't or haven't done?
Get Tennessee Employment Relations Research Association more involved. They're local. At one time, 429 had organizational membership. I went to the LYRA conferences in different states, and I shared information with the members regarding what was going on. I think that every member that's sent to a convention or conference needs to bring back information, not just talk about it during the meeting, giving report, but also any resources that were obtained during those conferences to have that information on the website, any hard copy handouts, have it on the tables at the meetings to where they can pick up and read for themselves of what's going on.
One of the reasons I became the business manager is because in 2022, when our business manager at that time, Randy, he passed away. So there was kind of this vacuum and this uncertainty at the local. And one of my opponents asked me to throw my name in the hat for business manager. And, mind you, it's I'd only been on staff for a couple months, less time than anybody else on staff. I had less years of service in the IBEW than, other people on staff. I had less experience working on the road than other people on staff. You get the picture. I asked that same person if they were going to throw their name in the hat as well, and they declined. And so, in my opinion, if somebody's not willing to step up and lead, when they know it's going to be difficult, they know it's going to be messy, they know it's going to be chaotic, uncertain, they know that they're going to make mistakes along the way, then, in my opinion, they don't need to be in a leadership role. I think the local deserves better than that. I was extremely hesitant to put myself out there and be vulnerable by taking on this role. But, a leader doesn't wait for someone else to do the hard part and then come in and take over when it's convenient. So I've done that, and it's something I'm really proud of I've learned so much. It's been an amazing experience. It's also been extremely challenging, and, it's required a whole lot of sacrifice. But yeah, that's something I've done.
I will answer my phone. I will be available, and I will listen to the concerns and issues of our membership. I will also fight and represent you. And I feel like that has been missing for a while. Some may disagree, but I think most of us can agree that we need representation at the hall.
I really can't speak for what the opponents have or are going to done, but I just know that I'm here to make a change and make this union as best that it can be. And, I don't know, that's kind of a rough one there. So,
what will I do? Well, for starters, I'll increase job site conditions. I won't just talk about it. I'll fight for the rank and file because I am the rank and file. I represent the rank and file. These contracts that we're going into, I plan to work those contracts. There's a lot of different things I'll do differently. Things that others can't do, I'd say, would be able to use personally their language abilities to speak to the membership. And how I plan to use that is to unite the membership further. But things that I will do that the others won't, I'll fight for all workers. I'll fight for all workers, not just union workers. And I hope to use that power if I can to even fight for some changes in state law that we've talked about before, like state license for electricians or other things. So those will be my focus, and I'll put a lot of energy into it.
Everybody here is going to do the best they can. All I can say about myself is that, I just hope to bring my perspective and a willingness to uh, bring everybody together for the sake of the union. Because to me, I'm not going to be here forever, and I would be much more like I was talking to a contractor, and I was like, I give a shit about the IBEW doing well, and I care about you doing well because my grandkids may be electricians. They may be looking at this organization for a job too. I'd be much more proud of my time here if I believed that we worked on things that made a difference. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my next generation could be coming here, and I wouldn't be proud of the time I spent here if I didn't do something meaningful, if I wasn't working towards goals that were meaningful, that actually are going to make a difference, and not just to put a star beside my name is just something that I did or a title that I had. Uh, I think I'm probably the youngest of the group, and I think what that might help me do is not be so disconnected from the apprentices, because I'm not that. Yeah, I topped out, but damn it doesn't feel like my apprenticeship was that long ago. So it's not like I look at apprentices as these group of people that need to figure it out and fall in line. I still think of apprentices the same way I want to be thought about, and everybody, not just apprentices, but I think of everybody the same. I want everybody to feel like they bring something to the table and that there's a place for them in this organization, uh, and they see the fruit of that at the end of the day. You know.
Again, I don't know that I could do anything different than anybody else that's been in that role or anybody else that's running for that role. I don't know what all can happen. I know that I have a willingness to learn and a desire to work with enthusiastic individuals such as yourself. Like I said, I don't know that there's ever been an interview process like this before with candidates. I think it's real cool that, some of the younger members are eager to get involved, and I would like to support that any way I can.
I'm not going to say anything against either one of my opponents. They're, if Mary runs and Heather is running, they're fine people. I have kind of laid out what I want to do. I think those things, they may coincide with what they want to do. They may be a little different. I hope that people aren't going to vote against. I hope they're voting for. I hope they're voting for, not against. Because these are good sisters. These are good sisters,
They haven't slighted me personally, but I'll go with what I've heard complaints about. I'll answer my phone. I will, and if I can't answer my phone, I will return the call. I'm 100% on that. Not sure. I haven't heard stuff that they've done that's been viewed positively from our members. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of same complaints that I hear about straight up not representing them on the job, letting contractors get away with certain things, not calling you back, not answering the phone. It's the same old thing that we've got to change that. Starts with remembering who we're representing, where we came from, and why we're doing this.
I'll continue to answer my phone, try to guide my brothers and sisters in the right direction, help in any way I can. Always strive to be better, always show up when I'm asked, always show up on time when I'm asked, and yeah, just whatever I can do to help. That's what I want to do.